10 UK rules and laws that totally shock Americans. When Americans travel to Britain, they're prepared for double-decker buses, charming pubs, and the occasional rainy afternoon. What they're often not prepared for are the UK rules and laws that shape everyday life. Some stretch back centuries, others are modern quirks, but all leave visitors wide-eyed. From paying just to watch TV to discovering that swans belong to the king, these British laws that shock Americans highlight just how differently two cultures run. Here are 10 laws in the UK that Americans find totally baffling. 10. The TV license fee. One of the most surprising laws in the UK for Americans is the TV license fee. As of April 1, 2025, households must pay £174.50 per year if they watch or record live television or stream BBC iPlayer. There's even a cheaper black and white license at £58.50, though you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone still using it. Americans are stunned by this. In the US, networks are funded by advertising, cable packages, or streaming subscriptions. Paying the government directly for permission to watch television feels alien. What's more, inspectors can and do check whether households are paying. Failure to buy a license can lead to fines of up to £1,000. Imagine someone knocking on your door in Texas to make sure you've paid for your TV. That's how unique this law is. The tradition dates back to 1946, when the first license was introduced to fund the BBC's radio service. While controversial in Britain, it has endured as a cornerstone of funding for public broadcasting. For Americans, it's one of the weirdest UK rules and laws they've ever heard. 9. The drinking age twist. Alcohol is another area where UK versus USA differences jump out. In the United States, the drinking age is a strict 21, enforced nationwide. The UK's legal drinking age is 18. But here's the kicker. Kids as young as 16 may drink beer, wine, or cider with a meal in a restaurant, provided an adult orders it for them. For Americans, this is jaw-dropping. The idea of teenagers legally sipping a pint of cider at dinner under parental supervision feels almost unthinkable in the States. Yet, in Britain, it's seen as a way of introducing alcohol in a measured, responsible setting. That cultural distinction shows how different societies frame the relationship between young people and alcohol. While the US takes a zero-tolerance approach until 21, Britain opts for gradual introduction. Whether one system works better than the other is up for debate, but for visitors, it's an undeniable shock. 8. Royal swans belong to the crown. Here's a law straight out of a storybook. All unmarked mute swans in open water are the property of the crown. Yes, most swans in Britain legally belong to the king. This tradition began in the 12th century, when swans were considered a delicacy for the nobility. Today, nobody's roasting swans for dinner, but the law persists. It's taken seriously enough that harming or killing a swan can result in criminal prosecution under wildlife and royal prerogative laws. Every summer, the Thames hosts swan upping, a centuries-old ceremony where royal officials count, weigh, and health check the swan population. It's part pageantry, part conservation, and it astonishes American visitors who can't imagine a bird belonging to a monarch. For those wondering, no, the crown doesn't own every swan in Britain, only unmarked mute swans in open waters. But that alone makes it one of the most fascinating and weird UK laws in existence. 7. Strict firearm laws. When it comes to laws in the UK, nothing shocks Americans more than the country's strict firearm rules. In the United States, the right to bear arms is enshrined in the Constitution. In Britain, however, handguns are outright banned. The 1996 Dunblane school shooting led to sweeping reforms. leaving the UK with some of the toughest gun control laws in the world. Only certain types of shotguns and sporting rifles can be owned, and even those require strict background checks, storage rules, and licenses. Even more surprising to Americans, items like pepper spray and tasers are illegal for civilians. Carrying them could result in prosecution. This blows the minds of U.S. visitors, where pepper spray is often found at Walmart. For Brits, though, this is normal life, and it helps explain the UK's relatively low levels of gun violence compared to the United States. 6. The 9 p.m. TV watershed. Television comes with its own unique legal twist in Britain, the 9 p.m. watershed. Under this rule, broadcasters cannot air material unsuitable for children, such as explicit language, graphic violence, or adult themes, before 9 p.m. For Americans, used to seeing cable shows with strong language at any hour, this feels strange. But in Britain, it's designed to protect children during the main family viewing hours. After 9 p.m., programming becomes more flexible, with edgier content allowed. Introduced in the 1960s, the watershed remains one of those subtle UK rules and laws that reveals cultural values about family, broadcasting, and public responsibility. It's part of what makes British TV so distinctive. 5. Free healthcare rights. Not all British laws that shock Americans are quirky bans. Some are positive surprises. The National Health Service, NHS, founded on July 5, 1948, guarantees healthcare free at the point of use for UK residents. Funded through taxation, the NHS ensures that hospital visits, doctor appointments, and emergency care don't come with bills at the door. For Americans used to navigating insurance paperwork and expensive hospital charges, this feels revolutionary. That doesn't mean the NHS is flawless. Brits often debate waiting times and funding pressures. But the principle that healthcare is a legal right, not a privilege, stands out as one of the most dramatic UK versus USA differences. For US visitors, being treated without flashing a credit card or worrying about insurance copays is perhaps the most shocking law of all. 4. Jury duty for all adults. In the UK, jury duty is compulsory for almost all adults aged 18 to under 76. If called, you must serve unless you have a valid reason to be excused. Employers are legally required to allow time off, and failing to show up without permission can result in fines. Unlike the US, where exemptions can be easier to claim, Britain casts a wider net. Even retirees in their 70s can be summoned, though those over 75 may ask to be excused. For Americans, the rigidity of this system is a surprise. It shows just how central jury service is to Britain's justice system, with fewer avenues to duck out. 3. Public drinking laws. Alcohol doesn't just surprise Americans inside pubs, it also confuses them on the streets. In some UK towns and cities, it's perfectly legal to drink alcohol outdoors. In others, local councils enforce designated public place orders, banning it. Police can even confiscate your drink if you're caught. This inconsistency baffles Americans, who are used to clear nationwide open container laws. In the US, drinking in public is broadly illegal. In Britain, the patchwork approach means one town allows it, while the next forbids it. Events like Edinburgh festivals often allow open drinking, while London boroughs frequently ban it. For US visitors, the unpredictability of UK drinking laws is both amusing and confusing. 2. No unlimited free refills. Here's a small but memorable law. No endless soda refills in Britain. Unlike America, where bottomless soft drinks are a standard perk, the UK restricts unlimited refills to discourage excess sugar consumption. McDonald's in Britain has even phased out free self-service refills, with many locations limiting customers to just one refill or none at all. For Americans who expect to top up their Coke all night long, this feels almost cruel. This reflects Britain's public health priorities. By curbing unlimited sugary drinks, the government hopes to reduce obesity rates. It's one of those things Americans find strange in Britain. Small in practice, but big in cultural contrast. 1. Driving on the left. Finally, the most shocking UK rule of all. Driving on the left side of the road. For Americans, stepping into a car in Britain is a mind-bending experience. The steering wheel is on the right, traffic flows on the left, and roundabouts run clockwise instead of counterclockwise. Crossing the street becomes a hazard if you forget which way cars are coming from. This isn't just tradition, it's the law. Roads, signs, and infrastructure are all built around left-side driving. While only about 35% of the world's population drives on the left, the UK remains firmly among them. It's the single most noticeable UK versus USA difference. For visitors, it's a reminder that laws shape not just society, but daily habits, even how you look both ways before crossing. From paying to watch TV to realizing swans are royal property, these UK rules and laws leave Americans amazed. Some are charming, some frustrating, others inspiring, but all reveal Britain's unique legal landscape. They're proof that even in familiar English-speaking countries, culture can be written directly into the law. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.